I just wanted to, just in the middle of all this stuff going on, the coronavirus, this whole pandemic, it's definitely something that's big and out of our control. So I wanted to kind of make videos, use this time to kind of step up and help us to understand, while all this is going on outside and it's out of our control, we also need to get a grip and understand what it is that we can control, and to kind of use this time to work on ourselves. I believe it's the perfect opportunity with all the isolation, the social distancing. This can be a really, really good time for our nation because we can spend more time with ourselves. I know we have our phones and technology and everything that kind of separates us a bit, but I believe that if we can use this time wisely and use our technology in order to connect to ourselves or get the knowledge that we need to in order to be better versions of ourselves, then I think ultimately a lot of us can benefit from this.
Who are you?
Excuse me? I think the question is, who are you?
So, who am I? Well, I'm 24. Birthday's in November. I'm Sagittarius, love to travel, very spiritual. But while I'm really young, there are a lot of things that I've learned and things that I'm learning just about life, about myself in general, and how to go about certain situations. And with everything that I've learned, I've been living for me, it's been a very, very beautiful life, and I've been learning and experiencing things, and while everything doesn't always exactly work out in my favor, I'm also very happy that I've gone through it so that I learn more about myself and how I handle certain situations. So I'm learning more about myself the more that I go through. So life is just a fun experience, like just learning, well, what else am I going to learn about myself is kind of where I'm at right now. And another thing that I want to emphasize is that, like, even though I'm happy with my experiences, I do still feel sadness. You know, I have my high highs, but I also have my lows. And I honestly understand, and it's from a talk from Jim Rohn, helped me to understand that there are seasons. In life, there are seasons, not just in the stock market or in business or anything like that, but there are also seasons with emotions as well. So while you go through happiness, you're also going to go through sadness, and it's always going to cycle. It's always going to cycle, and that's okay. So for me, whenever I feel my sadnesses, I also understand that it doesn't have to impact my ultimate happiness. I can just feel the sadness and then just let it pass. Or while I'm sad, I work hard to understand why I'm feeling sad or how I can grow from it. That being said, same with like happiness. So when you're going through your happiness, you know what makes you happy. And I personally like to find new things that make me happy. So if there's ever anything that I haven't tried, that I maybe thought about trying, or maybe I haven't thought about trying it, but I have the opportunity to try it, I'll go out and I'll try it just to see if it's something that I'll like. And I find new things that make me happy. And it just makes life so much more exciting, just taking those chances. And I want to help you find out for yourself. And for me, it took a long time. It takes a long time because you have to get used to being honest with yourself. And I feel like that's one of the hardest parts, because most of us have this image of ourselves and how we should be and who we should be based off of either how we grew up, how we were taught when we were younger, just social stigmas. And it's hard for us to break down that barrier so that we can be our true selves and be honest with ourselves. Like, one thing I learned a long time ago, I was always encouraging. And while I like to help other people to be their best selves, it was hard for me to actually break it down and realize that I was in a place where I didn't love myself. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't actually, like, you know, just practice what you preach. I wasn't practicing what I was preaching, and it ultimately led to my downfall. Like, ultimately, over time, it kind of took a toll on me, on my body. I got way overweight, just everything. I just wasn't healthy. No part of me was healthy. The way I did my hair, anything, everything, it just wasn't healthy. And I kind of had to break myself down and address myself on it. Like, you don't really love yourself. And once I finally realized, oh, hey, I don't really love myself, I had to kind of stop and ask, like, well, why don't I love myself? And that question for each of us is it's a hard one, because we really have to search ourselves and search our past and everything and see, what is it, why don't I love myself? And for me, it was just a lot of stuff in the past. I'll definitely share my story later on, but it's a lot of past stuff and a lot of things, a lot of repetition, things that I've heard when I was younger that I kept with me in my head. So just over and over and over again, this was what my subconscious was telling me. So I wasn't happy, I wasn't loving me. And that's ultimately where it started. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, how can I get out of this? Like, what can I do? Because me at that point didn't understand how to be happy. I didn't understand how to love myself. I didn't understand, like, how to actually care for myself, or actually how to have a mindset where I actually was taking care of myself and loving myself inside and out. And so ultimately I did research. I would look online, like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do this? 10 ways to do this. And just research and research and research, because I was sick of being who I was. And I feel like that's important for you to take that first step. You gotta be sick of who you've been. You literally have to, when they say, I like to say, you crucify yourself, or you lay yourself down, or you kind of have to kill yourself to be born again. Like, just get rid of who you used to be and start right now to decide who it is that you want to be and start acting accordingly. And so that's something that I want to help bring to you guys. I want to share my journey, share my pain, share my struggle, so that you can feel comfortable enough and have the faith in yourself that you can actually be better and do better. So I mean, that's kind of all I wanted to mention for this first part. Basically just letting you know what I'm going to be doing here. Besides sharing my story, I'm also going to be offering ways of how I've been able to grow through certain issues that I've been going through, so that maybe it'll help you. I know there are a lot of people out there, a lot of speakers, and maybe you'd resonate with them better, or maybe certain people will resonate with me better, but all I need to do is put my voice out there. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you through this, help you to be you, and hopefully you can come with me on this journey. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.